searching for the beat that conjures the memorable spirit of Mafika Gwala, the brilliant South African writer and political activist. Ukugingqika is the term that comes to mind when I think of Mafika. Another notion is what we call unophunyuka bemphethe. In the Zulu language, ukugingqika means to roll or tumble, and unophunyuka bemphethe describes a character who is hard to contain, someone who easily slips out of your grip when you're trying to catch them. Think of someone resourceful and tricky who is able to get out of any situation that is meant to make them inoperable. That is how Mafika was, totally indomitable. So, in terms of the rhythmic combination of these two characteristic qualities of the great man, I hear a 6/8 vibe, the ubiquitous African time signature that honors the echoes of the heartbeat of a people's state of consciousness. This beat is the preeminent metaphor of a people who are at one with themselves and their environment. This is the image I like to embrace in my creative mind when I imagine our African ancestors holding their own as custodians of the mother continent. When a pregnant woman is at her most relaxed, as indeed is any human, her heart beats at a steady pace in double beats that notate a cyclical percussive intonation of 3 beats. There we go. The amniotic fluid that protects the fetus also acts as a most efficient conveyor of the mother's heartbeat. This 3/4 or 6/8 rhythm relaxes the baby and reassures him or her of the peace and harmony of her or his birthing environment. Similarly, when we as a nation can arrive at this level of consciousness in our articulation of this post-apartheid dispensation, we will have set the stage for a fruitful conversation with our ancestral spirits for their guidance to be more fluently heard and honored in our search for the path to true freedom. The combined ukugingqika and nophunyuka bemphethe metaphor came to a climax for me when this inspirational hero of our struggle, who was trained in karate at the Shihon Dojo in Durban, was sitting in the passenger seat of the VW Kombi I was driving during the Staff Riders mobile wagon tour from Johannesburg to Cape Town in the 70s. We were part of a group of writers that included Ingwapele Madingwane, Miriam Tladi, and Ntutuzeli Machoba. Mafika was sitting in the passenger seat next to me. I remember negotiating those dangerous bends on the foothills of Table Mountain at breakneck speed. I heard Mafika snoring loudly with his head lolling forward. He was fast asleep. He had been drinking whiskey from a glass that was still in his hand, half empty. Fearing that the glass might slip out of his hand, I stretched over to retrieve it. The moment I touched the glass, I felt Mafika's fingers instantly tighten around it, and he suddenly woke up and playfully threatened to beat me up. Everyone in the Kumbi laughed. I had never witnessed that level of sharpness before. That was Mafika Gwala for you. So the track that I considered to be appropriate in reflecting the kind of environment that was conducive to Mafika's creative consciousness and momentum as an activist would be Bheki Mseleku's One for All for One, from his debut album Celebration, recorded in London in 1992. I choose this track primarily because of its reflective starting mood, which encapsulates Mafika's tenderness and innate talent as an artist of subterranean sensitivities. But I choose it also because it soon develops into an interplay that expresses the kind of titanic energy that infused Mafika's activism and creativity as a poet equipped with an incisive mind and tongue, which made no one free from his cutting observations, which he was never scared to unleash. Then the tune finally settles into an earthed temperament of healing, which is the ultimate goal of all creative expression. deserved also by the memorialization of the inimitable Mafika Gwala.